Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit and welcome to update 8.4. Before I've started doing an update 8.3 video, the shame! From reading the update notes, I am very excited for the reason that we seem to have a repeat of update 8.2 in the whole little fantastic improvements thing. Behold, version 8.4 update, filter button improvement, favourites unit selection, equipping units. These are things that make gameplay better and more efficient, and I love that so much. I love that more than new features at this point, because Battle Cats has got plenty of features, right? Plenty of stuff to be doing, and I think we're actually at a point where at the moment we don't need to be adding anything more for at least a little bit. Tidying up the game is the best thing that Ponos can do at the moment, and by golly, they're actually flipping doing it. So it's said that the filter has changed, and upon going into equip, it is telling me that as well. Filter function is available. Use the filter button at the screen right to show only certain cats. Right, I assume then that that is going to be a button. Ah, very nice. Just the filter. And it's said about this, but that is brilliant. Settings. I can choose only to see my favourites, because that's originally why I started making favourite units and then realised that it didn't really apply this way. We can now finally do that, or click usable, or both, for a stage of restrictions in it. Oh, that's so brilliant, and I'm not even going to question why there are a fajillion billion effectabilities now. Who's that? Improve knockback. Excuse me for not knowing what on earth that is. Right, anyway, favourites, right, get ready. I think we know who's going to be in this. So I've got some of my basic units, some of the best ones. And then, favourites of just the special Gato Amigo, Bomber Cat, the good meat shields, the well-traded little cats, a legend, rare cats, Jiangshi Cyborg, Catosaurus, Sanzo, Necrodancer, Enchantress, Elemental Duelist, Ramen, Mercat, Corrupted Psycho Cat, Banner Cat, Zamboni. Oh, none of those dodgy collab units here. Super Rare, Can, Metal Macho, Cyberpunk, Octopus, High Cat, Swimmer, Bathtub, Seafarer, Housewife, the Mannix, except for of course Manic Dark, which is completely pointless, Hurry Cat, Maglev, Waitress Cat, Ubers, where is she? There she is. To be honest, right, I just think this is brilliantly slick, just absolutely fantastic, and just what favourites needed to be able to be applied in a useful way in this menu. And actually, it's arranged in a really nice, sensible way next to the unit info. Now I can have all that fancy stuff, search for all the things that will be useful. So is there anything, for example, I assume it searches double, that is anti-relic in my favourites? Yep, that works. That is a properly stonking brilliant addition to the equip screen. I mean, I am absolutely chuffed with this. Time to go to the Cats of the Cosmos, have a look at some restricted stuff. Hang on, not like that. Let's have a look at it from Skelling's point of view then. Only 1,200 monies or more. Now, I wonder... Oh, there you go! With it checked on, it just applies it straight into the menu. That's amazing. Oh, and that's so well formatted. Greyed out with a sort of reddish tinge and unusable written on there. Spelt absolutely correctly and written in such a brilliant way. It's so smart. And that's without usable ticked, right? So if we tick usable, just get rid of favourites, it will just show us the ones that are applicable. Oh, that is such a brilliant addition. Ponos, genuinely, you have revolutionised the equip menu in such an intuitive but yet fantastically genius way. I love updates like this. And it seems there is a stage clear reward 6. I've got no idea where this applies to. I'm way behind the times on the whole Uncanny Legends stuff. But Dogumaru. Fascinating. I think now that this feature has been introduced, I'm going to go back to my cat guide that I haven't been into for absolutely ages and just make sure that my favourite selection is exactly the best that it possibly could be. Because from now on, I'm only going to have my favourite units in the equip. That's what I've wanted for a while. Didn't realise quite how that could be manifested, but it's been done perfectly. We'll add Crazed Monaco, which we get 5 cat food for to the favourites menu. There we go, because that's quite a good anti-metal, whereas Monaco definitely is not. Let's move on to the next page where there is a lot of collab stuff, but not so much on the useful front. Now, are all of these units useful in some way? So the Little Eraser has a resistant effect, Little Gross has an anti-barrier effect, Little Flying Zombie, Little Lion Waves, possibly not Little Chimera, but other than that, quite good for 4-star stages, the Dragon. As for the Legends, I should probably have Mushy in there as well for 4-star stages and a Ruran, I should think. And that's got plenty of bases covered. I wouldn't say that I actually use Elemental Duelist all that much, so I can probably remove that. Although I am more likely to use Magicka. Definitely have Rover in there. Gardener's quite good if there's any kind of zombie stage. Most of these are just useful for combos, but I will keep Cat's Gift and our Adori for if we need meat shields and the like. Glass Cat I've only ever really used in floor 40, so probably not entirely necessary. And the rest of that is just collab stuff, so kind of not needed. I would say that I actually hardly ever use Manic Chimera, and that will just appear in a combo often if I am using it, so probably don't necessarily need that. As for the deadly level units, probably really don't use Baseable much. The last time I tried to was rather unsuccessful. Other than that, Angel and Zombie, which is what I'm more likely to use. Never tend to use Balrog on its own, except for in one of the Heavenly Tower floors, I guess. I mean, is there really much harm in keeping it there? I don't know, but I'm probably going to add Baby Cat to it. Seems a bit wrong that I'm leaving Oda out of it, but I'm never actually going to use him in a properly considered strategy. Definitely going to keep Super Galaxy Cosmo in there. Hayabusa will have in there. Probably Blue and Air will have in there. And Volta. Yeah, I can't not. Probably don't need Mobius nor Trickster Himiyuri. Eva units. I think Eva 00 definitely deserves to go in there. Milugas. Well, actually, I might put Little Valkyrie in there. Not a Luga, but still. Nekaluga, good. Tekaluga, yes. The other one, I've heard it's good. The Shishi Wishy Wishy Woo. But not having used it yet, I'm not going to bother at the moment. And of course, D'Artagnan, and oh no, that's a sport. Now, I've selected favourites, but if I go out to it and back in again, does it save that preference? I mean, it looks like it does at the moment, and that is just beautifully compact compared to what we usually have. Lovely stuff. Ultimately, this update is actually fairly fantastic. And this is in addition to other fantastic functionality changes that were introduced in update 8.3 that I started putting in a video, but obviously my progress on Cats of the Cosmos means that that update will have to be covered at another time. But that element of update 8.3 goes with this very well to show that Ponos, I think at least, are moving in a fantastic direction, as in to be advancing the playability and simplifying the game into a nice, shiny, polished beyond belief product. Works so smoothly that cannot stick to any kind of surface. There's some other stuff to the update I've heard in terms of units and talents and that. We can look at that some other time. To be honest, what we've seen here... Oh, user rank rewards. Never forget user rank rewards. What we have here, I think, is just the way the game should be going, at least for the short, near-term future, in just making it this brilliantly well-finished product. And it's definitely going in that direction. And I mean, I have ideas for the event stages menu that I believe I've articulated before, but I might do a Dear Ponos about, seeming they're on this vein at the moment and might be receiving of that idea, so I'll put that forward in the near future. And so for now, that'll do it for update 8.4. Another of those brilliant functionality updates that I love so much. And I mean, if you're new and don't know my thinking around it, it's because I love piecemeal improvement. Step by step, bit by bit improvements. that make these things a little bit better each time and bring little amounts of joy that brighten up my life. No need for any kind of huge feature edition with massive implications, just easy to understand and receive little things. I hope that I've made your day at least a tiny bit brighter via this video, and if not, let me know why not, so that my darkening of your mood will not last for all the foreseeable future. And with that, I shall bid you goodbye and say I hope you enjoyed.